Welcome back. The Jewish festival of Passover begins in less than a week.
And Rabbi Chaim Lazaroff with Chabad of Houston is here this morning to share a traditional Passover recipe with us. Welcome to our show, Rabbi.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, you're welcome. Tell us a little bit about Passover.
So Passover celebrates the Jewish people's release from the bondage in Egypt, of where we were slaves, and we came out of Egypt to receive the Torah and then enter into Israel. Every year, Jews get together to celebrate this Passover on what we call the Seder, which is the orderly dinner that we have all together with all of the ingredients that makes up that special dinner.
Okay, so and today we're making something that's a very traditional dish, right, for Passover? Explain what that is.
So on the Seder, we have a plate which constitutes the 3 matzot. It's best to have the handmade round shmura matzah. And then we have as well 4 cups of wine throughout the dinner. But the center of the Seder is the Seder plate. And what we're going to do among the Seder plate is we're going to have the Charoset, which is right here, and that's going to be made today, which can be made in various forms. And many people have all kinds of recipes.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to put it together. What are some of the recipes that
the first thing we need to do is we need to peel the apples or the pears, and this is my favorite thing. This is so much fun because not only you get to do it yourself, but your kids can do it as well.
Oh my!
I need one of those.
This is so much fun.
Amazing.
Yeah, this is the best part of the whole thing. And of course, after you have your apple peeled and your pear peeled, you also want to have nuts. And the nuts you can mash it.
Put them in a bag, and the kids will help. They'll love this.
They'll love this. Or you can dump it into a food processor and mix it all together.
Okay.
And so here today we're ready.
Okay, so we're putting this all together.
Put it all together.
What
we
is
have
that, walnuts?
Those are walnuts, pecans, and hazelnuts.
Okay.
We have apple. We have some pear. You want to make green apple in order to make it more tart, and you mix it all together.
Okay.
And when you mix it all together, it's supposed to resemble the mortar that made up the bricks where the Jewish people built under slavery. And so that mortar is what is represented by the charoset. This is a very chunky charoset, more like an apple and nut
fruit salad.
Fruit salad.
Right.
But you can also put it in a blender and make it actually look like mortar, which is what many people do. Some people add other kinds of ingredients as well.
What are some other traditions that you can tell us about as well during Passover?
The traditions of Passover is that we don't eat any bread. That's the main objective of Passover. Any leavened bread is not kosher for Passover. And the Lubavitcher Rabbi, Menachem Schneerson, in the early 1950s, made a campaign that we should be sure that every single Jewish household is aware of the commandment of not having the chametz, not having that leavened bread on our Passover tables, and to introduce to our families the Seder plate with the 3 handmade mortar matzahs and the 4 cups of wine. And the objective is that every single one of us has somewhat of a personal Egypt, some personal shackles, some personal bondage, some demons that we need to get rid of in our own personal lives. And through the Seder, we're supposed to go through that process of transformation. And so we have the bitter herbs, remind us of the bitter times. And we have we dip the karpas, it can be an onion dipped in salt water. We have an egg. We have the zroa, which is a piece of meat to remind us of the sacrifice of old. But the charoset to me is like really the central theme of the Passover Seder, because it reminds us of the bondage of old, and yet it's sweet. And so it has that transformation from slavery to goodness.
Passover sounds very healthy. No carbs.
Yeah.
Fruit salad, nuts. All right. Sounds good. Thank you, Rabbi.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Rabbi. Yeah, it definitely does. And you can find all this info. Check out a replay of this interview. Head to clicktohouston.com. It'll be posted under our video tab on our homepage a little after the show.